Welcome back to Kiss the Cook 4, you guys. We've missed you so much. That's why we came back to make a little Sunday night supper.
Yeah, I've been really crazy recently, and I had asked Kira, because I know that she does the Monday night meal planning over on Eat and Greet. So I'd asked her to come up with something that I could have that would be healthy and hearty, and now that the weather is getting cold. And I wanted to be able to have it one night to eat for dinner, but then also be able to bring it with me for lunch and dinner the next day.
Right. So my answer was beef bourguignon. We're kind of doing an ode to Julia Child, a little French one-pot meal that is going to make the house smell fabulous, and you're going to be able to reinvent the leftovers for lunch the next day. I will have your ingredient list and the recipes and the lunch makeovers over on Eat and Greet for Monday meal planning tomorrow. So let's get started, shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
So step one of beef bourguignon is browning the meat. We bought a little under 2 pounds of just a ground chuck. This is probably the least expensive cut of meat in the grocery store because you really have to cook it down. All right, so we're just removing the browned meat from the pan and putting it on a plate, and leave whatever drippings were left on the bottom of the pan because you're gonna cook your veggies in there. There's a ton of flavor in all those brown bits at the bottom of the pan, believe it or not. All right, let's go take a look at veggies.
All right, awesome.
So this is a leek.
Awesome.
Whole, they usually look like that with more, green on the top and a little bit of a hairy end. Once you've done that, you're gonna throw them into a bowl of cold water and kind of separate them with your hands. All of the grit will fall to the bottom of the bowl. I added a touch more olive oil just so I know nothing's gonna stick. And you just throw the shallots in and our
This kitchen already smells amazing between the meat cooking and now this.
So we're just going to toss these. You don't want them to take them too far, but just till they get some, that is gorgeous. Just till it gets some light color on it again. All right, so now I'm going to reintroduce the browned meat to this pot of deliciousness and all the juices that have accumulated too, because that's where all the flavor is. So we're going to add that in. Then we take our wine. Just make sure that it's a dry red wine. Okay. I wouldn't go pick up a yellowtail Shiraz. I think you would be really sorry.
That's something I would do.
No, but just for cooking, right. They always say use a good bottle, but I would never use a bottle that costs more than $9.99. So the wine goes in.
Now this looks absolutely incredible.
You're supposed to cover it till you can't see it anymore with some beef broth, so that's what we're going to do, which is really going to take not even a can. Along with some fresh thyme. I had rosemary in the cart, and at the last minute I panicked and ran back and got thyme, but I actually really wish that I had stuck with the rosemary. I just think I love rosemary. But, thyme is more of the traditional kind of beef bourguignon.
And what about using dried ingredients?
Nope.
No, okay.
Just not here.
A hard no.
So we're going to put a tight fitting lid on here. We're going to pop it into the oven at around 250, and we're just going to let it go for an hour and change.
Awesome.
That's it.
Now, do we need to keep an eye on it and stir it or no?
Nope.
Leave it be.
It is that easy.
All right, I'm gonna head back to the truffle butter.
Lid on into the oven. Okay, so the next step to this recipe, which kind of seems like we kind of missed a step back when we were sauteing the vegetables, is we saute the mushrooms separately.
Okay.
Mushrooms are, I don't know the exact percentage, but a large percentage of mushrooms is water.
Really?
So that's why when you saute them up or you cook them, they really cook down to a lot less than what they originally, their original volume, like spinach kind of. So we're going to saute them separately in a saucepan and then add them into the stew and then let it cook a little bit on the stove so they retain their kind of bite and texture and just don't disintegrate into nothing. Okay, so mushrooms have been sauteed. The pot of beef bourguignon just came out of the oven.
It smells delicious.
It smells delicious. We've got egg noodles going also in a pot. And to thicken up the stew, what you do is you take 2 tablespoons of butter and about 3 tablespoons of flour, and you're going to kind of soften butter, helps big time. You're going to mash them until they become kind of a thick paste. And this is going to be your thickening agent. We're going to plate it, and how we're going to do that is we have some sort of a bowl/plate kind of thing, some sort of, a deeper vessel. And you take some of these, and then we're going to spoon this thickened, the scent right now is ridiculously intoxicating. Make sure to get plenty of meat per person and plenty of that sauce so it saturates the noodles. And
Here, can you guys
clean up the plate.
Yeah. Can you see that? Yeah.
And that's what it's gonna look like for you. Oh, let's garnish a little bit. Some green.
Just amazing.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That was minimal effort too.
And one pot cleanup.
One pot.
Really.
Well,
so simple. 2.
Yeah, 2. It's too bad. 3. So that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
That was, minimal effort. Yes, it took a little bit longer, but that's what Sundays are for. Kind of getting in the kitchen and cooking with your friends, which you all should do because I promise the payoff will be more than you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yet.
I love cooking with Kira because every time I leave the kitchen, I really learn something and I'm able to implement that when I'm cooking at home. And that's really what it's all about. So thank you.
Well, thank
for
you.
having me again.
Please, thank you. And we want you guys to have the same experience,
Yeah.
which is why we need you. And we need you to comment on our blogs, and we need your input as to what you want to see, because what you want to see, we'll get you. What
Yeah.
you want, you'll get.
Yeah, push us. I mean, we'll try anything.
Yep, once.
So go ahead and Twitter us.
Please. I'm at Kira Britt.
And I'm at Kiss and Type. So
We're there.
Let us
always.
know.
Let us know and enjoy as always. And we'll see you next time. Really soon. Promise. Cheers.